A hurricane is not just a storm. It is a system, a powerful, organized system that feeds on heat and builds strength over time. And once it starts working, it doesn't stop easily. A hurricane is a large rotating storm system that forms over warm ocean water. More specifically, it's a low pressure system that pulls air inward, forces it upward, and releases energy as that air cools. That energy keeps the storm alive, and the more energy it gets, the stronger it becomes. All right, hold on. So we got a giant spinning storm. It's getting stronger, and it's all running on heat. That looks like it's all me. You provide the heat. That does not make you management. Well, I feel like management. You feel and say a lot of things, Sonny, and very few of them are accurate. Hurricanes don't run on wind. They run on heat. Warm ocean water, usually at least 80 degrees, heats the air above it. That warm air rises. As it rises, it cools. And when it cools, it releases energy. That release of energy fuels the storm. So this thing is just sitting out there getting stronger? That sounds very scary. It should, because by the time people notice it, it's already been building for days. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Not every warm ocean makes a hurricane. You need warm water, moist air, low wind shear, and a disturbance to get things started. If those come together, the system begins to organize. And once the system organizes, it stops acting like weather and starts acting like a machine. At first, it's just disorganized thunderstorms. But if conditions are right, those storms begin to cluster. Air starts flowing inward towards the center, the pressure will drop, and the system begins to take shape. So it doesn't just show up out of nowhere? No, it builds quietly, and then all at once. Yeah, that's the part I don't love. Anything weather related that builds usually ends badly. That's because people ignore it while it's still small. As air rushes towards the center, my rotation causes the storm to spin. That's why hurricanes rotate, and why they don't form right at the equator. Wait, so the whole thing is spinning because of you? Because of the way I rotate, yes. Without that, you don't get this kind of storm. Feels like you're kind of the reason this thing gets bigger and stronger. I create the conditions, you create the heat, the storm does the rest. Sounds like a fancy way of saying it ain't my fault. It sounds accurate. The system strengthens in stages. Tropical disturbance, tropical depression, tropical storm, and when winds reach 74 miles per hour, it becomes a hurricane. 74? Why 74? That's the point where preparation stops being optional. So somebody looked at a giant spinning death machine and said, let's call this one Brenda? I actually know a Brenda. Focus, guys, focus. Under the right conditions, a hurricane can strengthen quickly, sometimes in less than 24 hours. That's called rapid intensification. That's more than not good. Fast enough that if you wait, you're already behind. Yeah, that's not good. Wind gets all the attention, but water does all the damage. Storm surge, flooding rain, those are usually the biggest threats. So even if you're not on the coast, you're not safe just because you're inland. See, that's the part people don't think about. And that's why they get caught off guard. Hurricanes follow patterns. They don't appear randomly. They build step by step. And if you understand how they work, you can see them coming. A hurricane is not just a storm passing through. It's a system gathering energy, organizing, and strengthening. And the earlier you understand it, the more time you have to prepare. Still sounds like I'm carrying all the weight with this thing. You provide the heat. I control the system. Yeah, that sounds about right. I still don't like it. You're not supposed to. This is the Earth, Moon, Sun Show.